So last time we created a program that took some user input, did basically nothing with it, and then gave a response. Now that's nice, but it's not that useful. So how can we use that same idea to do something actually useful? So let's make a Python program actually about Python. So I'm just going to open TextEdit. Let's just make a new file, make this a little bit bigger, and we'll save this as about python.py. Alright, there it is. So we're going to use a lot of the same things that we used in the previous. Alright, so let's make this a little bigger so you can actually see what I'm looking at. Alright, so we don't need random, so we don't need to import a module. We do have a question still, and we are going to have some results. The idea is that when the user puts in a selection, it will give them some information about Python or about parts of Python, etc. So let's start with our comments. So about Python program, we'll put a little byline here. Alright, so we need a question, right? So user question or user request. I like the idea of request better because it's really more of a request than a question, at least with how I'm going to do it. And then we need some results or answers, maybe entries. It might be closer to an encyclopedia. We'll do print answer, and we'll do end program. And the rest we don't really need because we're not doing a coin flip. There's no randomization, so we're pretty good. Alright, so what do we want to do first? Alright, so first we need to get the user request. So I'm going to have it print a little bit of information for them first, like welcome to about Python, and then we'll do user request. I'll call it that, and this will be input, and we're going to have some options. Input a number to learn about that option. And now I need some actual choices. So actually, I want to put that above. I thought about putting it below, but I think I want to put it above. So let's do a new line there. This should already do a new line just because it's a separate print command. And we'll do one will be about Python. And let's just do 4 choices for right now. You can do more on your own. 3 will be about strings. Let's put a new line at the end of this one. 2 will be about Guido, the founder, and this will be about variables. And this is rather sparse, but like I said, you can add more on your own. Alright, so now for some actual options here that will then print out information. So let's do if answer and equals equals, and we're going to put a 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Then let's make, ooh, hang on. We didn't define answer yet. We used user_rec, so user_rec, keep our variables consistent. Then make answer equal to about Python. Then we'll do if user_rec equals 2. Then we'll do answer equals, and what did we choose for 2? Ah, right. about Guido, and elif user rec equals 3, then answer equals about strings, I think was what it was, right? Yep, strings was next. And then else answer equals about var. Okay, so we have our user requests, we have our answers. Let's here go ahead and put, like, I don't know, definitions or entries or something like that. I think I like entries. So about Python equals a string there, and about Guido equals a string there, about strings equals a string, and about var equals another string. Alright, so I've got this file here that I prepared earlier that has some information, like about Python, and it's kind of long. Let's not use all that right now. I'll just use a couple sentences because you don't really need more than that. You can always use that as a base and then do what you want from it from there. So there's a bit about that, and there's a bit about Guido, and I'll just do those later. I don't need to fill out everything if you get the idea. Alright, I'm going to separate these out a little bit because it gets a little confusing when it gets all mixed up. Let's see, I think this looks good, just making sure I don't see any double quotes in there. I don't see any. And here, yeah, I see no double quotes, so I think I'm good. Alright, and then now that we have the entry data and we have the answer being selected, now we can do just print answer. And then lastly, we can just do print. Actually, I want this to be another prompt, another user request. I'm just not going to save any of the information. So that'll be an input just like we have up here. So inputs and a string, and we're just not going to bother saving it as a variable because it doesn't matter. We're just going to put press enter. I guess I should probably put return as well because it's actually return on, I think, most keyboards. Press enter or return to end the program. I bet the enter key works too. I bet they both work. They should both work. Alright, so let's see if this works. So go ahead and launch the terminal. Zoom in so you can see what's going on. CD desktop, Python 3, about python.py. Alright, welcome to About Python. We've got 1, 2, 3, and oh, that should have been a 4, but that's okay. Spacing is also a little bit off. I could add some extra spaces in there to push that over so they're lined up nice. Anyways, let's see if it works. So if we do 1, there we go, we've got some information. I don't like how it's cutting stuff off randomly, but it works. And then we've got press enter to return and end the program. It'd be nice if it would actually give me the option to restart the program, but I didn't include that in there and we haven't talked about it yet, so we'll have to add that in later. It'd be nice if there was a space here as well, so I should have used probably a /n to add a little bit of space there, or I could have added at the start of this line. Either one would have worked. So now if I want to learn about one of the other ones or test one of the other ones, I have to relaunch the program, and I can try 3, which is not ready yet.